Well, I've had the pleasure of getting out and meeting a lot of you over the past several months, and probably the number one issue I've heard from you has been inflation. And it's something that's affecting everybody. It's affecting our trucking industry heavily when you're paying $5.25 for diesel. But here's what I'm going to tell you is, unfortunately, that problem is being caused mainly by our federal government right now. So there's not a lot we can do at the state level, but what we can do is we can start holding our representatives at the federal level accountable. And in the meantime, if you want to talk to me about how to position your portfolio to weather the inflation fiasco, I'll just give you the tidbit. Invest in commodities. They react to inflation the fastest of any other investment type. So that's just a free tidbit. But the secondary issue I'll give you that I have heard you talk about that is a state issue is medical marijuana. So this thing comes up all the time where people, they ask me the question, why do we have so many dispensaries? We have over 50 just in Durant city limits alone, just so you know. Last I heard, Ron, you might correct me if I'm wrong, I think we have, 200 grow operations licensed in Brown County? When that got put on the state ballot, it opened up a whole world of possibility that our state was not prepared for. And in talking with teachers, we're seeing the impact on our children, that parents are dropping their kids off high, that kids are coming to school high, that there's very little that officers can even do anymore because almost everybody has a card. It's extremely easy to get one. So my father, he's actually a doctor. So I went and called my dad. Said, Dad, let's talk about this. And through talking with him, there is valid medical use for medical marijuana, okay? We'll be 100%. There is a valid use case for it. It helps people with seizures immensely, okay? So I'm not against valid medical use. What I am against is cards being handed out for 2 years at a time. So I asked my dad, I said, okay, any controlled substance you have to write a script for, what's that look like? He's like, oh, minimum. They have to come back every 3 months and see me to make sure that they still need it. I don't see why it should be any different for medical marijuana. We should not hand out cards and say, hey, see me in 2.5 years. Or, that kind of stuff is no control. The secondary thing is opened up an enormous black market and crime in our state. And we have to close that door. In talking with even some people who actually grow in our area, they weren't happy about it. They said in their experience, they're seeing 80% getting sold out on the black market from other buyers. And that is opening up crime in our state. So the thing that I think we need to be very, very careful of is even in bills now, people talk about the solution they're saying is to legalize it and tax it. Here's why I don't want to do that. Number one, marijuana just being on the streets, it's going to just increase the rates of traffic accidents. It can increase the rates of people coming to school high. There's nothing you can do about these situations. And if you start to tax it, here's what's going to happen is our state's going to rely on it for income. And at that point, they will never be willing to give it up. Yeah. And it will become a drug for our state and not just for our people. And I'm against that. So, thank you.